Well, morning folks, October 16th, everything rolling along. Another intermittent day, we have rain, sun, everything, sort of cool. Trust everybody's fine, and as usual, I'll put, I have some links in the description end. Important news, if this is actually, and I'm just sort of repeating what some experts have told me. I haven't gone to the international bankers and asked them, but it looks like that great reset starts at the end of trading today, the first portion of it. About $80 trillion of swap and contracts are going to be if they're trying to try to sort out and figure out. Now, if you haven't been following it, the international banking system is in disarray. They're sort of, it's not looking good. And so I've got a link to the reset, and it's sort of intriguing. And I won't get into it because I'm not a financial consultant, but look after your assets and make sure you're structured properly. If we could wake up Monday morning and who knows what'll happen. Maybe it'll be the same. Maybe they'll have, governments will have given everybody more money, or interest rates could go whatever. Check it out. Then there's also a guide to the Great Reset by James Corbett. He lives in Japan. He's out of Canadian actually, but he lives in Japan. And it's a very, very good, if you haven't really paid attention because you thought it was all a conspiracy, this one is really worth a watch. It isn't a conspiracy, it's happening now, it's been happening for a long time. And from the Agenda 21 to the Great Reset, they keep changing the names, but here we go. And they're starting with some money. There's actually $200 trillion worth of credits and debits and that they're trying to sort out, starting with 80 trillion supposedly today, and we should know Monday if we know anything. They're not broadcasting this, but it's intriguing. Also some links to the Great Con, the Great Deep State Con, and again, a lot of people think it's a conspiracy theory, and if you're watching mainstream, well, you're sort of being hoodwinked because, what can I say? The Hunter Biden story has sort of broke, and this isn't made up by Hillary Clinton type people and Obama type people in a back room where they hire discredited spies and they try to create something. This is from the guy's own laptop, so they tell us. I haven't seen the laptop. You'll notice they are not denying anything and not saying anything about it. And of course, even in the interviews and that, everybody, much like the CBC when they interview Trudeau, they give him really nice slow pitches. Maybe they've even told him beforehand, practice this, because here's what we're going to give you. And you notice when they're talking to Trump, for instance, there's no softball questions. They're actually very, very aggressive, like attack dogs. Sort of interesting. But the Biden thing is probably, now if this all, and again we put an if in there because it's got to be proven. But if you've been watching this, it's, you've been watching the antics of what's been going on. From the time that Obama and Clinton flew two plane loads of cash to Iran and did a uranium deal, you knew there's something phony with these people. Mind you, if you're so in love with the the Democratic Party, that is your religion, I guess who can argue with you? I'm not going to try to dissuade you. Facts are facts, though, as you look at it. And it just does. This is probably, I think, the beginning of the unveiling of the largest political scandal that we have ever witnessed in our time. It makes Watergate look like a kindergarten birthday party. And of course, there's people who are trying to write it off, mark it off, because their nose is so close to the window pane that they fogged everything out, and all they can see is what they're thinking, or what they think they're thinking. It's sort of interesting. So there's several links to the con that's going on, and I don't know if you have time to look at those, or maybe you're not interested. The Great Reset, if you're not only going to look at one, check that Great Reset out. And think for yourself. Just really think for yourself. Like I say, nobody else cares about your money as much as you do, or your finances, your future. And with this, just look after your assets. And of course, when you get into the second link on the Reset Explained, or the history of this reset, I don't know, everybody is involved in the masquerade now. I see France is putting on lockdowns, Germany is getting crazy, England has, New Zealand, Australia, well, they're out to lunch. And I see Manitoba thinking of more restrictions. And well, I think everybody has to think for themselves. Everybody has to think for themselves and figure this out. If we just go along with these clowns who are sort of telling us this today, this yesterday, and this tomorrow, I mean, they don't know what the hell up from down is themselves. So I think you're sort of, when you think about it, you're sort of on your own. Make your own decision, and just look after yourself. But anyway, that's about all for now, and see you tomorrow. And check out the Great Reset. Let's see, that would be a good discussion debate. And I know a lot of people don't like to get in and chat about things like that because they're too busy. We're too busy. All of us are majoring in minor things. One other thing with the minor things, this great climate thing, that's our next, that's the next thing. These reset people, Agenda 2021 people are going to be pushing down our throats. I mean, they've tried it and they've been working on it, and most people don't think for themselves. They grab a straw and they go get a steel straw and go around majoring in minor things. This climate thing is bigger than what you can imagine. So take care. Bye for now, and we'll see you tomorrow.